You are listening to The Ben Keech Show, where every day the objective is simple. Ben will never stop fighting the fight and lighting the light on topics that affect you every day.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Keech, and you are listening or watching The Ben Keech Show. And I am excited to have you here as we have so many things to go over today in episode 42. 42, Jackie Robinson's number 42 times I've sat behind this magnificent microphone to talk to you fine folks. And today is going to be a treat as we're going to try to solve problems dealing with women's emotions, which you might say this is either going to be a short episode or an episode that is unsolvable. Let me give you a little background on some of the things that I've been working on. So number one, I have been working on a book, and the book is a book to solve problems for men. I am at this stage about 33,000 words in. It's going to be hopefully published at some point later this summer of 2024. So I'm super excited about that. The title is done. The rough draft should be done in the next week or two. So exciting things there. The other thing that's really exciting is I have made a decision in the last month or so that I want to devote my life, ultimately, my time, and all of my resources and working and coaching and helping men who have come out of divorce, men who are in a troubled marriage, men who don't want to get divorced, men who are 18 trying to figure out what the heck's going on with their life. And this has been my passion since I was a teacher. This has been something that has always been near and dear to my heart, and we need better men, stronger men, better fathers, and society is better for those types of leaders. And I feel like I would like to contribute to that cause, to helping that, because I think so many people benefit when men have their act together. So that is also something you can actually learn all about this stuff. So let me give you my website. I don't give that every day. So it's my name, Ben Keech, speaks.com. And on there you can find out, you can see podcasts, you can see the coaching side, you can see I do a little voice acting on the side, and of course you will soon find information about that book that's coming out later this summer. So really excited for that. One more request. Those of you that are listening on Apple, listening on Spotify, give me a review. I need it. I need the more reviews. This stuff helps all of the algorithms in terms of getting me out there ultimately to promote a message to help men, to help people, to help all people. So I'm excited about that. I appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, just subscribe. It's simple, it's easy, and it actually will not hurt. I promise you. So I told you a little bit ago, we're going to be talking about a women's emotions. And as a man, how the heck am I supposed to talk about this? I have seen every emotional outburst. I've seen every emotional expression. And I mean, it's not always logical. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem, I don't even know what to do with it half the time. And what we do as men is when we see these emotions that come from a female is we're here to solve. We're here to fix. We are here to make her life better. And we disregard the emotion. We listen to the words. We don't like all the drama. And we try to fix the problem that's going on. Meanwhile, we're missing this component of how do we meet an emotional, it might be an outburst. There's all sorts of things that it might be, and especially how we perceive it. The main thing that we do as men is we get defensive. We take it personally. I've done this more times than I care to mention. As a matter of fact, if I could have listened to my own podcast years ago, even months ago, my life potentially right now would be different. I mean, this is not just something I'm here and behind a microphone just talking to you guys. Personally, I see ways where I failed in this area in my marriage, and I have failed in a few different relationships specifically because the emotional side of her was annoying and I didn't like it. As a matter of fact, I thought she was just simply wrong. It's very easy to categorize things that are this is right and this is wrong. And if it's wrong, then this is what's going to happen. That's pretty much what I knew how to deal with this. I didn't know another way. I didn't understand a better way. Made a decision to start reading. I made a decision to start listening and learning from people who knew way more than me. And what's happened with that is I've developed a mentality of what I've done wrong and how I want to do better. And my life, what I want to do is get in front of men and talk to them about these things because it's fixable. Women are not complex. Let's explain women for a second, just in case you're curious about these fine creatures. So, number one, women are not predictable. If you think you have it figured out or you have her figured out, your wife, your girl, whatever that is, if you think, okay, you don't. She has the right, and she actually will be one way on Tuesday and potentially a different way on Thursday. Now, this may be offensive. Females may be listening like, just shut up. Like, I'm not this crazy, unpredictable species. No, I understand that. I'm not saying that you are. What I'm saying is, while all women are uniquely different in how they express themselves and just the genetic makeup of them, women, by and large, are emotion driven. Men, by and large, are logic driven. They say, whoa. Are you saying women aren't logical? No. As a matter of fact, sometimes women are more logical than men. Just the same thing, women, as you know, that men have emotions, and it's good when they express them, and we understand what those are. But the driver of a woman is her emotions. And the motivation behind her emotions in a relationship is love. This is what fuels her fire. And give you an example. Think about an ocean for a second. So an ocean is vast. An ocean has so many different elements, whether it's smooth or rocky or there's a storm that pushes through, but it takes up space. And with an ocean, you may get all sorts of different elements at different times, just the same as you do a woman. What we want to do is we want to embrace and accept and encourage. Her emotional makeup is actually what we love. We love different ways that she expresses her emotions. We love how she has the ability to feel, to show us as men how she thinks and about us. Like, we embrace certain emotions. What we don't do is when it doesn't make sense to us or we feel like it's being directed at us, we then micromanage. And micromanage is a key phrase of what men tend to do. It's almost as if if a woman's emotions were as wide and as elaborate as an ocean, what men want to do, whether they realize it or not, is take her and confine her to a swimming pool. If you think about a swimming pool compared to an ocean, we want her there. We want it controlled. We want there to be boundaries. We want to make sure that we explain what's right and wrong about what she thinks and she feels. And all of those type of behaviors, unfortunately, men don't lead us into the right direction with them. As a matter of fact, when she says that she's not heard, when she says that she's not understood, That's the reason why. What is she really looking at? When a woman displays, let me give you an example. Let's say that let's say that you watch a lot of TV or play a lot of video games. And let's say that the garage is dirty or something around the house potentially needs to be done. And you work 40 hours, you pay the bills, your house is nice, like you feel like you are an adequate, an above average provider. And she says to you one day, she says, listen, honey, I would love for the garage to look amazing. Oh yeah, I got you. Okay, no problem. Days, weeks. Meanwhile, it's a Saturday afternoon. You're watching your favorite college football game. And she has an emotional meltdown about the situation. You told me you were going to do this. You said that this was going to be done. It's weeks later. Here you are sitting on your butt watching football. Now you're like, where is this coming from? It's a Saturday. I'm watching my favorite college football game. The garage can wait. It's not that big of a deal. So we're minimizing. And you're put off. You're pissed off. You're actually highly offended at what's going on. You're taking it personally. Is cleaning the garage a big deal in and of itself? Remember, with women, it's not the actual issue. It's not necessarily what she's saying is the issue, but there's something behind the scenes. And us guys are pretty literal. We go right to your words. We stick with exactly what you're saying. But there's something else there. It's that when she said to you a couple of weeks ago that she would love for the garage to be a certain way, and you agreed with her, and you, in essence, committed to making that happen, and you're not doing anything, what is that? She feels disrespected, disregarded. Your word now means less than what it may have meant before. Women are actually super predictable and very easy to understand. Like, no. They are. They actually really are. What it means is she wants you to be consistent. She wants your word to matter. So when she says to you that she would love to have something done and you agree, she wants to be a priority. It doesn't matter if it's the garage or something else within the confines of the house or her life. She needs you to be strong, to be consistent, to be trustworthy. So all these big words, you're not thinking while you're getting defensive. When you get pissed off and you decide to leave the house and go to the local bar, I'm going to go watch a football game with my buddies, you blah, blah, blah. Like, I worked all day and you get all defensive. You're missing her heart. Her heart needs you. Her heart needs you to meet it with strength, with listening, and most definitely with love. It's not what's happening. And so she's frazzled. Her emotional outburst is probably going to get worse soon. And she's not going to like that about herself. She's not going to revel in that feeling or that thought. And in your mind, you're like, I work all the time. I provide. I'm a good dad. I'm a good man. I'm a good husband. You want to know another clue? You can do 10 good things in a row to a woman, but that 11th thing, like, we got to get that fixed. Like, you don't get to go back to your 10 good points to justify this missing point. You got to get that missing point correct. You have to have conversations with her and, like, you're right. I have not made what you're saying a priority. I am wrong. And I'm going to show you how I love you by how I listen to you, by how I meet you. That you can trust me and you can rely on me. Do you know that basically women are so literally flipping simple that they just want to trust and rely on you? They want you to be consistent. They give you free passes more than you probably realize. And so as a man, sometimes we are fighting the wrong battles. We are getting mixed up in the wrong things. So are men doing certain things? Yes. But we're trying to micromanage and confine their emotions, embrace their emotions. Think about this. I mean, this is a relatively graphic example, but a woman has certain emotions, whether it's like in the bedroom where you may like those emotions. You may experience different things and how she expresses her love or how she expresses. You're not complaining about that. You're not anti that. What you are is you have to, as a man, get rid of the defensive mechanism, and you have to meet her with love. That's what a leader does. A leader doesn't take everything personal. As a man, you are the leader in that relationship. Oh man, I know people are like, whoa, there's no leaders. We're all leaders. We're all people. It's not, okay, you can say all that, but you're wrong. Like literally just reach out to me, explain to me why I am wrong in what I'm saying. And I will tell you every single time and give you countless examples. Women want men to lead. They want to trust. They want to rely. They need them to lead. I don't need a woman to lead me. That's not how I'm designed. There's things I need from a woman, most definitely. That's why we embark in relationships. That's why we fall in love. That's why we would fight and die for the woman we love. Like, think about that. I don't need her to lead me. I would die for her. I would do anything within my power to protect and be everything that I can be. The point of this podcast is simply to help you make sure you're fighting the right battle. It is kind of a sad state of affairs when, as men, we want to love our women. We want to care for them. Why are we doing it wrong? Like, it doesn't make sense. We're doing it the wrong way. You have the passion. You have the energy. You have the love. Just not the right place. If we move that over here, when we meet her emotion, by listening to her, by having an actual conversation with her, and then simply showing her love before we ever try to fix her, before we ever try to solve the problem, you would be shocked at how she meets you. It will blow your mind. And I'm not talking about 52% of the women or 80. I'm talking about this is what is innately inside women. And men don't get it. And it's a frustrating thing. Why emotional intelligence is so good, because when we're not afraid and we know how to handle the emotional side, good things most definitely happen. At the end of the day, what women really want, they want to trust you. They want your wisdom. They even want your correction when they're off. When women turn bitchy, as we might say, and complaining and naggy and all of those things, they need to be corrected. Like, oh man, corrected? Isn't that what like a bad dad does to a kid? Just relax for a second. What corrected means is I am going to, number one, love, and that's always going to be what's going to come out of what I'm saying. I cannot tell you how many times women, we almost, I know you guys may not get this, but we almost sometimes put women on this pedestal of perfection as if they're these untouchable like things, like Rapunzel in her tower, and they're just these things, and it's not how it actually works in their mind. They will trust and believe and have confidence in a man's leadership and a man's guidance when he loves her regardless, when he's not intimidated by her emotion, and when she gets a little out of line and says some stuff, hey, we're not going to talk like that around. Like, you're right. She wants that, but it has to be done correctly. It can't be done in a controlling way. It can't be done in manipulation from some narcissistic idea that you are somehow better than. It's nothing like that. It's literally comes from love, and she needs it and wants it. As crazy as that may sound, it's true. But it's about how it happens. And it's going to take a pretty intelligent, strong man to kind of understand how it does. This is what I talk with men about. This is my This is what I want to help men do, because I really do believe that once men understand a few of these basic things, they're going to be more dateable. They're going to be better husbands. They're going to teach their sons and their daughters a better way to do relationships. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, all of it is this. Okay, there was a lot of information there. I'm going to kind of circle back, and I want to come back to a point that I made at the very beginning of this. And I want to make sure you feel and understand this. I have had relationships end because of my lack of understanding of this issue. Now, I can sit there and blame, well, if she would have done this. No, a man doesn't need to sit there and blame and call her onto the carpet about what she could have done or what she should have done. What a man does is he takes ownership. He looks inward at himself and says, you know what, if I would have loved in this way, if I would have understood in this way, if I would have had patience in this way, if I wouldn't have been defensive like this, and just simply met her emotion with tenderness, love, and care, a different result would have happened. But we don't do that. And we need to. And I am, again, motivated and driven with my life to help people in this regard. If you're a woman and you are struggling with some of these things with your husband, with your boyfriend, like, let me talk to him. Let me talk to you. Like, this is what I do. This is why I have this microphone. This is why I've, selling businesses, to start new businesses, to do some of these things. This is what I want to do. And I actually care about your situation. I spend more minutes every day just simply talking and helping people. And it's what I'm driven to do. The song today in episode 42 is a song called Everybody's Changing. And it's a song by Keen. It's a good song. The reason why I chose this song is that we do have the ability to change. We do have the ability to see men differently and women differently. And a lot of times when it comes to emotion, you'll hear a lot of people in society, which I strongly disagree with what I'm about to say. Well, the reason why men can't show emotion is because they were taught they were taught by other men. We don't cry. We don't show emotion. I'm going to tell you that's the most overrated BS type of statement that I hear. The reason why men struggle showing emotion sometimes is because that's not how we are wired. Some men do it better. It's good that when we can, it's good when we can be vulnerable and express in a safe situation, but it's not because society is out against men. The issue isn't how men show their emotion. The issue is how men receive a woman's emotion. That's the difference. That's what we don't talk about. We think that if men just cry more, if men just, vomit their own, like, whatever, that all of a sudden society will be well. No, it's not the issue. We're missing it. Do I think men should show emotion? Of course, to their own place. Is it good when we're vulnerable? Is it good when we, can yeah, it's fine. It's good. There's nothing wrong with that, but all men will be different, and it doesn't mean that one who struggles with that is way off. I would much rather a man know how to handle a woman's emotion than how to express his own emotion. And I guarantee you've never heard anybody say that in your life. And if you have, good. Then this is the second time, and you probably need to hear it 3 or 4. The next parenting advice is I would challenge parents with their own children to not just help your children express their emotion, but again, how we receive other people's emotions. When we see emotional things, how do we meet that person with love? What does that look like? It's super easy to judge and ridicule emotion. And honestly, some people are kind of dumb with how they express their emotion. Just because you're expressing emotions doesn't mean you're doing it right. I mean, you might be ridiculous, honestly. So I'm not, just because you can cry and throw a temper tantrum in a fit, I just now have the confidence as a man that if I am with somebody I love and she's ridiculous and out of control, I know how to first handle her. Oh, handle her. That sounds so... No, it's not. I know what to do. I haven't always known what to do. As a matter of fact, most of the time I've made mistakes. It starts with love. It starts with she's an ocean, not a swimming pool. Deal with it. Tomorrow it's going to be this way. Next week it could be that way. Take a deep breath. Take the good with the bad, and give her that, and show her that she can trust you. Lots of information in this one, folks. Hopefully this is the very beginning step of solving a problem. It's not a problem, though. Solving, in your mind, we'll say hopefully it started as a problem of a woman's emotions. Folks, I loved having you guys a part of the show today. Do me a favor. We need young people to get this too. Take this information, get it on. Follow me on TikTok. Catch some of these reels. Help promote it to other men. I need your help to get this information out, and I cannot wait to talk to you very soon in our next episode on the Ben Keech Show. My name is Ben Keech. It's been lovely having you today, and this is as emotional as I'm to close out the show. So thanks. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Let's keep the conversation going. You can reach out on Ben's website, www.benkeechshow.com, or on social media to chat. And please remember to subscribe so that you never miss an episode.